Today we saw the release of the Sony RX1R Mark III. 10 years in the making. I've got some thoughts. Brian here at Random Tech. There's a lot of people that are commenting on it that aren't necessarily their target audience for this camera. Well, let me tell you, I am a sucker for compact fixed lens cameras. In fact, I have 5 of them in front of me right now. So I am the target buyer for a product like this. Let me just review real quick what I currently have so that you can be at a better understanding of where I'm coming from. So in no particular order, I've got the Leica Deluxe 8. This is a fantastic camera. If you didn't purchase it while it was pre-tariff at about $1,600, you are probably kicking yourself. Another camera, Ricoh GR3X. Tiny, tiny compact camera, really does fit in your shirt pocket. Also have an A7C II, and this one has the 24mm lens on there, 2.8. This is a regular G lens. I also have the 40mm lens for this camera, so it is a great compact setup. I have the X106. I know a lot of people are still waiting for theirs to arrive, but this camera is also awesome, has tons of features, and takes fantastic images. And lastly is this puppy right here. This is the Leica Q3. Absolutely love it. And I should say I upgraded from the Q2 to the Q3 specifically for this articulating screen. So that's just a taste of the cameras that I currently have. And needless to say, when I saw the RX1R Mark III released today, I was like so excited because the RX1R Mark II was such a unique camera, but it was just so long in the tooth and it just didn't have a lot of features that the current crop of cameras that today offer. Unfortunately, when they released it, it feels like a camera that's from 10 years ago with mild improvements, I'll say, in certain key areas, like of course autofocus, but the places where you really want it to shine in terms of performance, it is woefully underdeveloped. At a price tag of $5,100, to not offer a camera with IBIS in 2025 is laughable. The GFX, what's the new one that was from Fujifilm, the medium format camera? I don't know the name of it, but it's the new fixed lens compact camera from Fujifilm, medium format. That is even less expensive than $5,000, and it is a medium format sensor. So that doesn't have IBIS, but I would say understandably so. Here's the thing. With a camera like this is the Ricoh GR3X. This has IBIS in it. So this argument of like adding IBIS would have made it too big, would have just not been reasonable to put in a body that size, I call BS. This is Sony that we're talking about. They have completely lost their way. They used to be known for being like the biggest innovator within this space and putting tons of features in these cameras and offering them at reasonable prices. Now they're moving in the complete opposite direction. And maybe that's done strategically because when you look at cameras like this Leica Q3, yeah, it doesn't have like the best autofocus and like the specs are not like going to wow you. But the difference is it's a Leica. So you know that the build quality is going to be unbelievably good and it's going to last like pretty much forever. For like the next 10 years, this is going to be a fantastic camera. This also has IBIS. This also has a articulating screen right here. This also has a 5.76 million dot EVF as opposed to the crappy 2.36 million dot EVF that is also found here in the A7C II. The only time I use this EVF is in like emergency situations. I don't get it. I think you're trying to move up market to appeal to Leica shooters, but that 35mm Zeiss lens doesn't hold a candle to a Summilux 28mm lens. It just doesn't. And people who say otherwise, I don't think have shot enough with, a camera like this. That's not like, I hate the way that sounds, but it's true. The images that come out of these Leica cameras are sensational. Even this stupid Deluxe 8. I don't know what special sauce they put into these DNG RAW files, but they are so good. They're so malleable. You can just work them any way you want, and just out of the box, they come nice and, I won't say contrasty, but they're just like easy to work with. Whereas the Sony files require quite a bit more work. So what do you all think? Obviously, you know where I stand. I'm not going to spend $5,100. Oh, the other thing that is absolutely insane on this camera is that they are charging extra for like the thumb grip, right? So like, I don't know, this Ricoh has a thumb grip that I bought for like $30. The thumb grip on the Sony is $300. They're charging for a lens hood, right? A lens hood. That's like another $300. So these are all things, at least even my Leica Q3, this one came with a lens hood. Maybe it's not an ideal one, or, they sell another one that has like, it's vented, or, I guess if you like that style, you can buy it. But I think that lens hood is probably the same price as the Sony, which is around $300. So between the thumb grip, the lens hood, and like a case, you're looking at like another $700 or $800 to outfit your Sony camera, which brings it up to over, with tax and everything, it's going to be over $6,000. For $6,000, I think you're crazy not to at least consider a Q3. And you can find these used now for significantly less than that. But if you're interested in Sony, I think you're way better off to pick up an A7C II or an A7CR for about half that cost, and at least give yourself an articulating screen and flexibility to change the lenses, because that 35mm Zeiss lens that's on there, that is a 15-year-old lens. Like, there have been a lot of improvements. And if they wanted to cut down on the size, like these lenses, the 24 and the 40 and the 50, these real small compact prime lenses from Sony, they rely very heavily on lens corrections in camera. That's what all camera manufacturers are going towards nowadays, so that they can make smaller lenses. They could have done the same for the RX1R Mark III, but they chose not to. I just don't understand this camera at all. I am the target buyer for this camera, and there is no way I'm going to spend $5,100 on this camera. No way. But let me know down in the comments what you think about this camera, and if you think it represents a good value, or if you think it is wildly overpriced for what it is. That's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you in the next one. Take care.